A little earlier in the week I was here on this POTA activation site, park, whatever we want to call it, and we had some good fun, as you'll see in the video. But what's coming up is me covering my activities as the second activator of this POTA site, and then something I did earlier today, which is go to Castle Knob, a historic monument from the times of Moat and Bailey castles, quelling the natives that the Normans thought they had to do, all that sort of stuff, and a secret Cold War bunker. Anyway, so that's what's coming up. Have a look, see what you think about it, comments down below, please subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Enjoy. Hey, happy Amateur Radio Day this Good Friday. Anyway, I was listening to the Hamradio workbench today, and they brought up what in sport is often called, and probably other things as well, analysis paralysis, which is you might not be in the best site for your POTA, you might not have the best kit with you, you might have terrible propagation conditions. So if you analysis paralysis yourself, or whatever the proper phrase is, you just wouldn't get out. You'd be sitting there lording it at home, probably, or not, because we're all very active, positive people that get out and about and away from QRM, of course, and that's what potering's really all about, and SOTA and COTA and etc. So yeah, so all I'm trying to say is just get out there, enjoy the day. First things to do on this activation is get the MFG up and running. Recently bought this one. It's got this very, very weird cover. Very, very weird cover. Do I keep it or not? That's the question. Everything was started to get up and running once we tuned the antenna. There's my setup, the IC705, running a high-poly battery, which I really rate. I've got the Vectron charger, which is fantastic. You might have seen that in another video. I'm running FT8, and for efficiency, because I am allotmenting at the same time, and I'm running the XPA 125B with just 0.8 of a watt in. Keeps the power down or the battery usage optimal on the 705, which helps with that battery. Anyway, got choke in line, no coil, just a straight 5.6 meter whip. Wasn't sure whether this would work very effectively. Again, I tried to ground it just against the fence on some bare wire that had appeared, but needed radials, so just chucked 4 radials out, 1-to-1 SWR more or less, which was quite a happy thing to have. Yeah, just what we need really. Key thing, anybody knows, you all know this, but if you're doing a POTA, is to spot yourself. People tend to do that, everybody picks it up from then on, but you just go onto the POTA app, and I've set my activation up first of all on the app, the time of the activation, and then you spot yourself. And lots of people help, which is tremendous, and thank you very much from the US station that had spotted me. What I like to do is check PSK reporter on my first few CQs to make sure I'm going out there, and here's an example there, that was off the phone. Here we are checking the logging app in SDR Control, which is for iPad, £50 flat fee. I have no interest in it whatsoever. It seems like a lot of money. That's financial interest, by the way, lots of interest in the app. What I would say is it's great value because you're not paying, let's pay £3 a month or something. Let's face it, you pay 36 quid at the end of the year, and that year after, and the year after, and it may go up. This is 50 quid one off, and Marcus does regularly update it. Now, a metaphor for life, you can see I was doing very well at this stage here with about 20 contacts in the log, but you can get a flurry of activity. It's like shelling peas, and then all of a sudden it goes super quiet for ages, and you're about to give up, and you think, oh, everything's done. It's either I'm in the wrong place, I'm in the wrong frame of mind, it's also the wrong band conditions, and then all of a sudden you get a contact and it all starts off again, which is absolutely fantastic. So if you're poaching, you'll know this already, we're all learning, is regularly spot yourself or check your spots if people are spotting you on the POTA app. If they aren't, then you might want to jump in and spot yourself and cause a little bit of flurry of activity. But you can see on this one, that's exactly what happened to me. It went a bit quiet and then it picked up again. So yeah, I say metaphor for life. On to the next activation, Castle Knob. Now this involves not parking up, shoving a mag mount on your roof and operating. You just can't do it here. I claim to do it. You're going to go over style, up a bank and up a hill. This is a challenge. It's well worth it though, as you will see in a second, because it contains many challenges. Okay, a little bit about the kit. Trusty notebook from the wonderful Baron Grant. The MFJ saves the day. Of course, the iPad. The little TP link. Now, I heard on the Hamradio Workbench podcast, which is absolutely brilliant. But one of the guys on there was really struggling with these. I don't struggle with it at all. It's an absolute doddle to use. It's just plug and play. But anyway, it's another story. The IC705, and also I'm using XPA125B today. You might go, oh, why didn't you go QRP, Dave? I do some days, and I was yesterday. But anyway, today I'm using that. And there's the antenna with the MFJ, not with the MFJ, M1 ECC coil, 5.6 metre AliExpress whip, tripod, and the lovely POTA coax from Messi and Poloni. So that's the setup. Well, I'm being checked out. Police helicopter. What challenges I've had so far on here on Castle Knob. This is an old Moton Bailey, or Moton Bailey, however you pronounce it, which was, there was an uprising after the Normans came in. Apparently that's the recorded history as we know it, as I know it. And these things were built, these little fortresses, to try and quell any more unrest from the indigenous people of the time that the Normans had come in to try and rule and corral. So anyway, this was here, known locally as Castle Knob, as I say, and down below is a POTA site. So this place has always been of some sort of significant or insignificant, depending on who you are looking at it, used for fortification. So let's have a look at that. Yes, the terrible sound of QRM. Sorry for that, but you can see what we're facing. So that was from something around me, and I'll show you more about that towards the end. Anyway, got the controls focused on the SDR control app on the iPad, focused on FT8, and straight away we were into it, and we started moving along initially at a fair trot. The bands were not too bad, so working Europe and stateside. See the log filling up. As you know, for activation you need 10, probably repeating myself, sorry, but you know that already. And this is just in the software of the logbook. You can have a nice look around. Talking about looking around, this is from the standing on top of the knob, which otherwise means ancient miniature castle. Got these old solar panels and that electrical station, which I think are some or part or all of the QRM I was getting. So there was QFB, but there was also lots of QRM. Now what I'm going to do now is just zoom in to the POTA site, bunkers on the air. That is the old Cold War bunker, as I'll show you in a little bit more detail in a second. Well, that was fascinating. I think it was just 20 in the log. Just finished off a CW at the end, but had loads of problems. I'm feeding into a xiegu XPA125B, which is usually absolutely fine. When I first had it, it was a bit tricky, but it's gone very tricky today. And also, I've already commented about the SWR problems, but other than that, it's been enjoyable. It's a proper trekkie. It's like the Crib Goch of South Derbyshire. I did say I would show you around the bunker on the air. So this is another look at it from the Castle Knob, or Moton Bailey Castle. And that's another look at the bunker. I will get much closer in a second. And down the leaves zooming in. I put something on Instagram about this a while ago when I had a run up here to have a look. And people were telling me that they used to be part of the Royal Ordnance Corps volunteers in the Cold War who used to meet here and other bunkers. And they said it wasn't so secret. Literally, they'd all turn up en masse and have a lecture and climb down underneath. These things contain asbestos, apparently. Part of the grim reality of health and safety in the past. And they used to all pop off and have a good drink in the pub afterwards. So what I'm going to do now is take you closer to the bunker. And here we are. That's what one looks like. This one's been welded up. There's a story about a vicar who's interested in this a few years ago, went down and recovered some of the documents for posterity that had been left in there. There was a log and stuff like that. There was one of these for sale up in North Derbyshire a while ago as an Airbnb. But anyway, I tried the locks, it was locked, and a good job I didn't lift it up, because obviously there's asbestos down there. And that's a general look around, and that's the knob there. It's just super steep to go up. It isn't particularly high, it's just really steep when you're carrying all your radio equipment. So yes, little double header really. I must put it in the bunkers in the air logbook. And this is some of the weird stuff you find just left in a field, not really near anywhere. It's like a brand new sort of traffic cone, traffic furniture. Anyway, we've got out of the house, been a little bit of sunshine, got the sun cream on, got a hat on, We've shouted to farm, having chat wondering what I do. The police helicopters go out wondering what I was doing. And yeah, it's a different place to do it from. And we've learned some stuff again. Somebody said recently on the YouTube video, it's all about experimenting amateur radio. It's exactly repeatable things that always happen in the same way, is it? It's always things to catch us out. See you on the next one. I want to update you and go somewhere else of interest. Involves a little bit of hiking, hopefully a little less extreme climbing. One last look around from around here. You can see all the neighbouring villages, the Gresleys, Castle Gresley, Church Gresley, Linton, see out towards Moira and all that sort of area. But it makes you wonder, because there are places around here much higher, and you're thinking, why was this a defensive position? Only they will know. Just a quick summary of what occurred on these various activations. So one, where I had a fence as part of my ground plane, sort of. All went well, tuned up beautifully, very low SWR, everything was perfect. And I wasn't expecting it to be so easy to, number one, set things up, number two, make contacts, and number three, in the wrong order, get the SWR so quickly right. The MFJ does massively help. However, today, I thought I'd get a great SWR. I thought I'd check out using my polypoles, new polypoles, £15 for 10, unbelievable value, brand new from the local agricultural suppliers, Bailey's of Rosleston. But anyway, I digress. So I tried those polypoles and elevated radials, and it just wasn't working. I added 4 more radials to the world's most aggravating thing, a wingnut. Please let them be banned if I ever become emperor of the world. And then what had happened was I just got rid of the polypoles, I had 8 radials out, and still an SWR was tricky. And what it was the local environment. QRM today was pretty damn awful, as you've seen from the video. But we overcome it in the end, and it was a good day out. So 2 very different POTAs. And, you know, we did all right. We had nice days out. And you learn things every time, as I said before. And hopefully I can take that learning to the next one. And definitely not use FT8 next time, use CW and SSB. I actually think it's quicker and you get more contacts. But anyway, what did you think? Thanks ever so much for watching. Really appreciate you taking the time to view this. Comment, subscribe, all that embarrassing stuff down below. Marvellous. Keep being wonderful. Bye now.